starting for real now?
Yes.
Is it time?
Camera 1, camera 2.
We have to clap, right?
Yeah, someone's got to do impulse.
Camera 1.
Well, whenever we get John out of the way. I guess not.
Audio rolling.
Audio. Wait. Okay. Wait. Say like 3, 2, 1.
3, audio!
One person do one clap like out in the middle where both can see.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Are we doing it? Are we starting?
Yes.
Is this the start of the new season?
Yes.
We're back at it, baby. Oh, you're kicking my mic over.
Okay.
We have mic stands now.
What's up? We're no longer humble. I'm wearing Jordans. The first season made us very rich, and we've come back to ruin our legacy.
I have a mesh shirt now. That's what I spent my money on.
All that sweet, sweet cast money.
So this is season 2. This is the same show that everyone knows and loves, but we should probably make some changes to it.
What?
No more cussing. No more bad words like fuck and ass and piss
I've
and
been practicing.
stuff like that. Because there was that one fan who tweeted at us saying that her parents found out about the show and now she was no longer allowed to go to any water park shows or something.
Well, but this is my number one priority, so...
I guess if you don't care about your other revenue stream, like suffering, then we can say, like,
Right, it's like if they don't follow me on Twitter, I don't want them at the shows. It's like,
Okay.
I'm a full package deal.
Yeah. So I can say butthole
You can't
and...
cherry pick with me.
Like, I could say,
I forgot I
like...
can't look at you. They can't see.
Can I say anal?
Yes. I feel like everybody else has already said anal in all these stories.
Maybe. So, if you don't know what's happening, this is Austin and Travis's Slumber Party.
Season 2, motherfucker!
If you didn't listen to Season 1, congratulations. But we're going to do a lot of the same things here.
So you'll get the idea. It's just better quality now, so... If you didn't
Hopefully.
see Season 1 and you like this...
You can listen to it. It's on the internet. But
I just started reading the first story.
No,
I gotta
don't.
stop. I know.
Stop.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the podcast where we read fanfic that people have written about the band, water parks, and associates.
And friends.
In our finale, we asked for requests for this, submissions for this season.
You
and
asked for requests. I didn't want this.
Yeah.
I'm already rich without it.
We got around 180 submissions, and we narrowed it down to like what?
Actually, to choke on that.
You want me to stop explaining so you could fucking choke
No,
on mic?
I wanted them to hear my swallowing. Keep going.
You could barely hear it anyway. We got like 180 submissions, narrowed it down to about like 30 or so. You got your mic, your neck right up on the mic for that one. So yeah, we had to narrow it down to about 30 stories. So don't feel bad if we didn't pick yours. It was nothing personal. I didn't read any of them.
You can't tell them how to feel, but we did choose. Oh, he chose.
We chose mainly based on... I'm not going to explain. I don't have to fucking explain to you.
Okay. So explain what this is, because I don't want to.
We read fan fiction about... I already said this, about water parks and associates.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you did.
And then
Wow. Okay, sorry.
we analyze it, we review it, and we rate it on our patented 5-star scale that we invented that has never been used before. Not by Roger Ebert or anyone else.
I honestly don't know who that is.
I'm not going to get into this. So, I don't know if there's anything else to really explain about it. We could just jump right into the first story just to get our feet wet. It's been
some months.
Yeah, we did this around
4
Christmas.
months? Yeah, and it's April now.
Yeah.
It's April.
So it's been a long time.
That was it was like a kind of a question. It's like, it's April.
We've only seen
Question
each other once since then, too.
Yeah.
It's good to be back in the same room.
It's Friday the 13th.
Ooh, spooky, scary. I'm scared. Austin, I'm scared.
I really don't like that voice. Let's just read a story.
I'm scared now.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so the first episode is called...
we don't have a title for the first episode.
No.
yet.
I'm saying
the first story?
Jesus Christ. The first story
You fucking idiot.
is called Float Up.
I've humiliated you on air.
And it's by...
Marzipan Wishes
right.
on Wattpad. Float Up.
Fucking Wattpad.
Do you want to start off this story? Start off the season?
All right. Oh, dude. And I got LASIK in between the first and last time, so now I can see all of this better.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. I paid for a miracle.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
All right.
I'm nervous. Fame got to me. I couldn't stop staring into his eyes. They shimmered such... Wait, fuck me. I messed up the second sentence. Wow. They shimmered a deep, rich, inviting blue. I wanted to wade into them like a wave pool at a water park.
Whoa, hey.
That's a reference.
Like the band. All right, second paragraph.
That was
Go
actually
ahead.
where we were, Schlitterbahn in New Braunfels. Actually, I've always said that's my favorite water park. Like if I have to choose one.
The big schlit up there. What's your favorite ride at Schlitterbahn?
It's so gross. I don't remember, man. I was like 10.
The only
don't
things
don't call it the Schlit.
I don't. That's what it's called. The only things I like at water parks are lazy rivers and the wave pool.
I love the wave pool.
The wave pool's fucking
I
cool.
fuck with the wave pool so hard. Dude, actually, Schlitterbahn messaged us and was like, hey, if you ever want to come, like, let us know. We should take them up on that.
Ooh.
Let's just go sit in the wave pool. I don't want to do any slides.
Do they want you to come to just like be at the water park or like play a show there?
No, just to go.
What if they got you on a big floating thing in the wave pool playing songs? Do you have any water?
We'd been on tour for almost a month, and now we were driving home and decided to stop here to let off some steam before making the final leg of the trip. Okay.
Sounds realistic.
That's exactly what we don't want to go home after a tour. We're like, you know what? Let's stop.
Let's stop at the big Schlit on our way back.
Okay, I gotta take a Schlit. Schlitterbahn held a lot of sentimental value for the band. It was where everyone met. Oh my god, my leg's bouncing. It's a thing. Okay.
Don't be scared.
Jesus Christ. I remember I first saw him standing there next to the inner tube rentals. He was wearing a short blue bathing suit that hung too baggy on his legs for my liking. But his white shirt... Emblazoned? I'm so stupid. Is that word?
Yes, emblazoned.
What does that mean?
It means like it's on the shirt.
Ah, great. With the blue Schlitterbahn logo. Have I gotten more illiterate since season 1?
It seems
Clung
a lot
to his
like
chest. And I could see his nipples protruding through the fabric. His name tag read Jeff.
Perfect.
Great. Go ahead.
Hey, he had greeted me with a warm smile. That smile had nearly knocked me back.
Oh!
I blinked, trying to regain my composure and address the cute boy that had decided to bless me with his attention. Hi, I muttered, sure that I was blushing. Is there something I can help you with? He had then asked me. Of course. He was an employee here. He was trying to see if I needed assistance. He
You
wasn't
probably
interested-
look like you needed assistance.
This is probably you.
Actually, yeah. God damn it! Okay.
He wasn't interested in me. Despite telling myself that in my head, I had still been pretty flustered. No, I had said, still lost in his eyes. I had totally forgotten that I had indeed come to get an inner tube to ride down the Torrent River. I was never one for big rides. They scared the shit out of me.
True.
The lazy river was more my speed whenever I visited a water park,
Dude,
which admittedly...
Only girls can make me do roller coasters.
Can girls make you do the Torrent River? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
But you said you love this water park.
Okay, last time I went was like a decade and a half ago.
Hey.
Cut me some slack.
The lazy river was more my speed whenever I visited a water park, which was admittedly pretty often back before the band got popular and my time grew occupied with touring. So is this accurate?
Yeah, I mean, technically, I used to go to water parks a lot more often, and then, touring took up all my time. So now I haven't been to the old Schlit. Granted, I stopped going.
It's called the Big Wet Schlit, actually.
What's wrong with you? Okay, go on. God damn it.
Just then another boy walked up, wearing that same uniform, one of Jeff's co-workers. You two need any help over here? He asked us with a toothy grin. His name tag informed everyone his name was Otto, and he was just as cute as Jeff. I could feel my face redden. Nope, I think he's fine, Jeff replied. He then leaned over and gave Otto a quick peck on the lips.
Hey! Oh, okay, so full disclosure, Otto's in the room right now. And he hasn't ever really heard fan fiction that he's involved in, and he's reacting well.
He's alright. He's just over in the corner.
Shaking. Ooh, hand under the shirt. I like this. Okay, go ahead. Wait, where are we?
Just my luck. You can go. You
Yeah.
can take it.
Just my luck, I thought to myself. Both gay, but neither single.
Ain't that just the way?
Somehow the two of them had noticed my interest peaking after their kiss. They both smiled mischievously at each other. I think he liked that, Otto said playfully. Let's suck each other's dicks. No, that's not it. Okay, so, oh yeah, said Jeff. And with that, he grabbed Otto by the back of the neck and pulled him in for a passionate kiss. Their tongues gliding over each other like figure skaters on the ice.
Ooh.
Yes. I had stared in bewilderment, wishing that somehow I could join in, though watching wasn't bad either.
So this person likes to watch.
Yeah, I'm creepy. As they pulled away from each other, my imagination was still racing. They were both able to tell how turned on I was. In retrospect, I don't remember if they could just see it in my eyes, or if at that point I was sporting a hard-on through my swimsuit, growing a big old chubby. Either way, it had led to Otto saying, "Come with us."
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The worst music. Okay. My heart had skipped a beat and then started to pound faster and faster in my chest. I felt my feet felt numb. I could feel the blood rushing to my cock. Great.
Oh, shit.
I hate saying that word, but I do it for the art.
Cock.
Right, that one was just for you.
We're allowed to say that.
Yeah. Oh, because we have the parental advisory warning now.
Oh, yeah.
They started that like 4 episodes in.
That was too late.
I had followed them through the park into some building behind a ride that housed some mechanical equipment. Jeff had locked the door behind us, then turned to look over at the 2 boys standing before him. Undress, he had said, and I wasn't sure of which one of us he was talking to, but without skipping a beat, I pulled down I pulled my shorts down and presented my boner to him. He had laughed and said, "I meant him," gesturing towards Otto, "but this works too."
Tight.
Working him in.
I had moved to pull my shorts back up, but they both protested, so I left them on the
They're
ground.
like, no, keep it out.
Keep that boner out, dude. It's cool. Jeff and I had both watched as Otto undressed, first pulling off his white shirt and then his shorts.
Shorts.
I was stunned by the cock on that boy. My body shivered with anticipation. Next, it had been Jeff's turn to undress. His package was similarly impressive, and I felt small standing against them. Oh.
Fuck this, dude. Okay, I am so tired of being the submissive one. And now they're saying I got a smaller dick. This is just not cool, man. Like, why do I gotta be...
It's all right.
Ah.
Jeff and Otto had moved toward each other, their lips pressed tight together, their hands immediately going for the other's dick. They began to stroke each other as I stood there, naked and horny. Ain't that just the way? Usually at a water park, I was only one of those things. It was turning out to be quite a day. Quite a day. Thankfully, the boys weren't wasting any time. Jeff got down on his knees and took Otto into his mouth, sliding one hand up and down the shaft as he sucked, cupping Otto's meaty balls in the other.
Cupping Otto's meaty balls. Yes.
As I watched this, I had felt the urge to touch myself, but for some reason I thought I didn't quite deserve it. Not yet.
I understand that.
There you
But
go.
I would absolutely go for it because I love myself. Shout out 50 Cent.
All right, do you want to take over?
Sure. There was a knock at the door. I wish I could say I lost my boner immediately, but the idea of us being caught turned me on even more.
Ooh.
Jeff took Otto out of his mouth and glanced upward at his partner for a moment before they both had emitted a soft sigh.
It's a
Jeff-
soft laugh.
Oh, wow. Fuck me. I'm reading what I want. Jeff then stood and, still completely naked, walked over to the door and unlocked it, opening it a crack. Once he saw who was standing there, he opened it more and allowed the person entry. Into his mouth!
Whoa! Whoa!
It was another guy around our age. Oh, no! Okay. Wait. With long brown hair that ended in blonde on the sides. He, too, was wearing the employee uniform. Hey, Awsten. Whoa, so it wasn't me.
It's not you with the smaller dick.
Yes.
Cool.
Love to hear it. Okay. So, hey, Awsten, Otto said with a wave, his erection bouncing side to side with the motion of his body. I saw you two sneaking in here and totally knew you were about to fuck, Awsten laughed. As I do. You guys are in here so often now. It used to only be once or twice a week. How many times are they going in here now?
More than once or twice a week.
I mean, look at him, Otto said, pointing at Jeff. How could I resist?
I don't
Hey,
know.
Otto, come here. Otto, come in here. Just for a second. Come here. Just say that line. Come here. Just say, how could I resist? All right, say, I mean, look at him. How could I resist?
I mean, look at him. Otto said, pointing at Jeff. How could I resist?
That was the most sad little sentence I've ever heard in my life.
I feel like he doesn't mean it. All right. Finally, the new boy's eyes made their way over to me, meeting my eyes only after inspecting my rock-hard dick first.
Cool.
Who's this? He had asked. I sputtered. I'm John, I finally said.
Austin's standing up and celebrating.
Give me some, yes. You're gonna
I mean,
high-five me. Come on.
Not high-fiving that.
Yeah, let's high-five to that. He's on the small dick, not us. Cool.
Cool. Nice to meet you, Austin said before immediately disrobing. I was shocked but pleased to see he was already hard.
Nice.
The three boys grouped up and began to stroke and kiss and suck each other while I stood by and watched. It was obvious they met up often to do this, and
I felt like I wanted to film it.
I felt like if I tried to join in, I would be intruding. I had felt thankful to even be invited to watch in the first place, so I had not wanted to overstep my boundaries. Can I started. With the sound of my voice, all three boys stopped what they were doing and looked over to me. Can I film this? I finished.
Wow! Yes!
They all shot each other amused, approving looks. Then Jeff said, "Yeah, go for it," and then stuck Austin's finger in his asshole.
Okay, time out. Okay, even if Jeff and I were a thing, I would not go for his butthole. Like, he just takes, like, crazier shits than anybody I know. Like, Otto, you can vouch for this, right? You won't vouch for it? Okay, that's fine.
So whose asshole would you put your finger in?
Otto's.
Okay.
Duh.
Okay.
I saw his butt the other day, like, on FaceTime, because he got stung by a lot of bees. and like, he's, like, the most hairless dude I've ever seen. So I would go for that just based on, like, I wouldn't get tangled merit.
Oh my God, you wouldn't.
Stories from my perspective?
Yeah, this is from your perspective.
Fantastic.
Okay. That had been almost 6 years ago now, and we were back at the water park where we had all come together. No pun intended. It was the park that the band's name had originated from, and we tried to fit time into our busy schedules to make the drive every year to go back to that equipment room to fuck.
Oh, that's nice, actually.
Thank God Jeff had kept his key after quitting. Of course, I still did not consider myself deserving of a spot in the orgy, but I loved to film it. As I looked into Jeff's blue eyes, he smiled that same beautiful smile at me. "You ready to head back there?" he asked, dangling the key in his fingers. I smiled back at him and nodded.
Cowabunga! Yes! Okay. Let's talk about it.
There's one thing I want to address before we dive in.
Okay.
I wrote this one.
Wait, did you?
Yeah, I wrote
You
this.
seriously did?
Yeah.
Fuck! Wait. How are you? Wait, why marzipan wishes? What does that mean?
I don't know, just to throw you off.
It worked. God damn it! I'm so mad you got me. God damn it! It's a good story.
Thanks.
I mean, okay.
John looks shocked at me.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving John a smaller dick than me. I really like that part.
I forgot about that. I wrote this in like February and uploaded it.
Thanks for giving Jeff a job. It's so accurate.
Okay, the thing is, the only thing that would have ever given that away is the cowabunga at the end, but by then it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Damn. Okay, let's actually go over this. One thing that I didn't like was reading, and he had, like, 'cause, like, there's a lot of, instead of just, like, the two of them noticed my interest, it was, the two of them had noticed, there was, like, a shitload of hads in here, and it was, like, I didn't like reading that.
Yeah, it was just because it was like a story, like it's a flashback, the whole thing.
Right.
You have any suggestions on how it could have been?
Yeah, don't say had so much. They'll still understand it's not presently happening. If you're just like, it was the summer of this, I did this, instead of like, did this. did this.
All right, I'll take that into consideration.
Cool, for next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I like, it's kind of realistic where he's like, just my luck, both gay but neither single. It really paints a picture of the character.
Yeah, he's like run into this kind of situation before, where he's tried to get with someone, but
They're
it's
either
too late.
straight or taken.
Yeah. What I wanted to do with this is kind of I didn't put quiver in there.
No, I know.
I should have.
No,
but,
no. See, I would have immediately taken points off for that.
I did just want to put things in there to annoy you, like thinking it's you being like belittled the whole time, and this being the
I should have
origin.
known this was gonna fucking happen.
This being the origin of the band
Why do I
name.
still have shoes on. We're gonna be here for a while.
But I also wanted to like
Talk to me.
parallel the story that you wrote, which is why I had the twist
Kids
of
in the
like
park?
of it being from someone else's perspective than what you were
I
expecting.
just assumed it was me. I that was arrogant.
I know, just like your story, you assume it's from Austin's point of view, but
Right.
then
Well,
it's not.
I didn't. You did. Everybody else did.
Yeah, yeah.
So everybody knows that everything is about me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault.
So yeah, do you have any other?
Jeff's eyes, that's a very accurate description. A deep, rich, inviting blue.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to wade in them. Yes.
Like a wave pool.
Yeah, I'm glad you did Schlitterbahn. Did you know that was my favorite water park?
No.
Okay.
It was just a local-ish
Because I think
one.
I've said that like in interviews before.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
Well, see, because you can't really critique this one because you wouldn't put out anything you don't think is perfection. So, I did like the story. I liked. I didn't like putting my finger in Jeff's butt. That's not my style.
I thought that part was cool.
Why?
It's just a little something different than what we read before.
Okay.
I wanted it to be a little different while still being familiar and fun to kind of ease us into the season. And a lot of people asked me to write one after you wrote one. So,
And that you did.
yeah. And I thought it would be nice to...
You also kind of incorporated the one where we got caught, like by the cop, because
you
it's
mean
like
in the
there's a
back
knock at the
seat?
door, so I was like, oh shit.
Uh-huh.
Except it was me instead of a cop.
Yeah, it's another like
It's a
little
good
mini
reveal.
twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also wanted to like incorporate the whole band into the proceedings. I thought that would be fun.
Now, the thing is, you didn't have you didn't have to go that far back. This could have technically, because you gave me like my
The brown hair.
my like senior hair,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
Well, I went that far back because I wanted this incident to be the reason you named the band Water Parks.
But in the story, you had said that they already go back every year, and he's like lucky for us, I kept my key. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Well, yeah, but this is like the first time
oh,
that this
okay.
ever happened. While Jeff and Otto still work at the water park.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, it was a little unclear.
Okay. So it's good.
Thanks.
There were a couple parts that made me go, which is good, but I kind of want more, and I didn't like the Hads. I did like you saying that John has a little dick, though. That adds a star back. I'm going to give this one 4 stars.
4 stars?
Yeah.
That's fair. Thanks.
Yeah.
We can
Are you going to rate it? I know you're biased, but...
Yeah, you rated yours. I
Yeah.
gave yours a 4 and you gave yours a 5.
Well, yeah, because
You're giving mine a 4 and I'm going to give mine a 5.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so that was Float Up on Wattpad by Marzipan Wishes, a.k.a. me.
We're trying really, really hard for sponsors. I'm not sure if they're happening yet, but just in case that happens to be a thing. And now a word from our sponsors.
Hey everyone, it's Travis from the podcast that you're listening to. Thanks for listening to it. Austin's not here. He's on tour, so I couldn't get to him. He didn't want to talk to me. Yeah. Sorry. It's just me. What I wanted to say during this little break is that we have a Patreon now. What that means is you can donate $4.95 per month, and what you get access to are video versions of all of Season 2, every single episode, the same day that the audio episode airs, which means that the video of this episode you're listening to right now is up right now, so you can go donate your $4.95 and get access to it. I haven't seen any of the videos, but I saw a couple seconds when John thought that Austin made a funny face in it, and he sent me a snap of that. That's about the extent of what I've seen, but I've heard from Austin and John that it's all really great. and it's so great that you'll love it. You'll love it just as much, if not more, than the normal episodes. So donate to the Patreon, get access to those, and you'll also get access to any bonus audio episodes we do. We don't know exactly what those will be yet. We'll probably review some other stuff, maybe do some games. I don't even know. I have no idea what we're going to do, but it's going to be really good. Awsten already told me that we'll do it, and it'll be fun. And I trust him, and I believe him. So head on over to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/slumberpartypodcast. Donate $4.95 a month and get access to all of that good new content that you crave. You asked us to record the podcast in a video, and so we did it because we love the people. So check it out. Check it out, please. It's patreon.com/slumberpartypodcast. Also, we have a merch store at slumberpartypodcast.com. We got t-shirts. We got a sweatshirt. We've got a blanket. We've got a poster that's really awesome. Yeah, go check that out too. slumberpartypodcast.com and patreon.com/slumberpartypodcast. All right, thank you. Goodbye. Have fun with the episode. Goodbye.
And we're back.
Very good. Very good. We probably should have waited till after the second story, but
I'm going to say after every story.
Jesus God.
I'm going to try and get, we're going to milk this for everything it's worth. H-E-B, Yamp. God damn it.
We're not going to do that one yet. We're going to do the other story for this episode.
All right.
We discussed that beforehand so we wouldn't have a snafu like this on the air, but I see it was unavoidable. Try as I might.
I was busy.
Try as I might to get some good, clean audio.
I was watching Selena Gomez videos. You were there. I wasn't listening to you.
I know.
I'm still singing that same I love.
And Charlie Puth interviews.
Yeah, he's the man.
Is that how you say it? Puth? Puth? Puth?
Poth. Charlie
All right.
Poth. All right.
Is that a joke?
Nope.
Okay.
We're doing the Wigglytons now?
Yeah, we, our next story is a sequel to, the good old Wigglytons from season 1, if you remember that one.
Was this the scary one?
Yeah, like the only scariest one.
This is the one that, freaked me out. Okay.
And
This is
now,
the sequel. Fuck.
since we recorded that, literally starting yesterday, Awsten started to watch the show that this is, or show/story that this was, based off of. Do you like it?
I do.
That's what the Tooth Boy Instagram story was from.
Yeah.
That
I wonder
people-
if they're going to remember that story by the time this comes out. They'll be like,
I'm
"Oh,
sure there's
yeah."
gonna be some fucking person who tweets a screenshot they took of your
So
Instagram
aggressive about
story.
some fucking person that tweets a fucking screenshot.
Well, I mean,
Whatever.
there's gonna be at least one. There's always at least one.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the story we read last season. That's like a big parody of water parks shit, and it's like a scary TV show. But we mentioned one of our critiques was that we didn't have an episode for every EP or album or whatever.
Oh, right.
And so this is, I think, the rest of the stuff.
Okay. Cool.
So this is chapter 2 of the Wigglytons by Votter Parks.
But it's two V's to make a W because they're creative.
Yeah, and an X instead of KS.
Who is that in the picture?
I was trying to find out.
Because for a second I thought it was me just because it was like a water park thing. And I was like, wait, it kind of looks like Gerard. But
It almost looks like a blend of you and me, in a way. But
Alright.
I don't know if
I
we
like
have-
this Austin Travis Gerard hybrid.
I don't know if we have
I'd listen to
access
his
to that
band.
kind of tech to blend two faces together. So I don't know.
The future.
I don't know. Anyway, so this is Wigglytons chapter 2. I'll go ahead.
Alright.
I know I didn't explain natural light and pact for you guys. I just found them to be a little scary. It's not like they were the most horrifying things that would keep you up at night, but as a kid I just found them to be more disturbing than the rest. Many wonder why I stopped mentioning John. Where did he go? I'm not completely sure. In fact, nobody really knows where he is. I would go into detail now, but it would make more sense if I explained the whole episode. So here's natural light. In natural light, the entire screen was tinted blue, and it took place in the middle of the night. So what is natural light a thing of?
Natural blue black light, maybe?
Black light, that's what it is, okay. I forgot, I was trying to think what fucking thing you have that has a light in it. Okay. Sorry.
What fucking thing? You
In actual light, the entire screen was tinted blue, and it took place in the middle of the night. Why? John's bitch ass seemed to think it was good, as he did with Jet Talk.
What is Jet Talk? Was that another one of the episodes?
Yeah, that was the airplane conversations one.
Right.
When he like found a really dimly lit
Yeah.
shit and thought it was a good shot. Otto, Austin, and Jeff thought otherwise. The whole episode was
By
based
the way,
around...
Otto is Auto, Austin Austin, Jeff Jeff.
Yeah.
Go on.
The whole episode was based around one giant mission. Find the fucking Easter egg. What is in the fucking Easter egg? We never found out. Do you think that's kind of like a reference to the fact that you guys never play Easter egg live?
Maybe. Actually.
That's cute. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really having a good time.
I can only assume the Easter egg is a reference to the song Easter Egg. Anyway. In fact, I'm glad we never... In fact, I'm glad we never found out, because seeing what that Easter egg looked like made me get dizzy. Hey! Like the water park song. That's my catchphrase. I'm really gonna drive that home this season. You can try to get into it.
We can't even make that into merch. We can't say the band's name on merch.
I say water park. Just one, so it's different.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to say that a couple times per episode so we can like get people quoting it on Twitter and like get it trending, and we'll sell a bunch of shirts and mugs and hats, and all the profits will go to me because I'm the one who said it. Yeah. I don't actually think so, but we should look into it because that'd be really cool.
Like each of our faces on like one side of the package.
That'd be pretty good.
Like the cartoon faces, even like because we have that now.
And we promote safe sex, which is good.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Let's write that down.
You can't get... All right.
Cool. It looked...
Travis, shut the fuck up. I'm writing.
Sorry. Please tell me when you're done.
Travis.
Ace.
My face.
Ace, my face.
All right, go.
Okay. It was like a whole new wave... Oh, hey. Like the water park song. Of nausea that I've never felt
because
before.
when you say water park song and you say it fast enough, it just sounds like water park song.
Well, when they read it on the shirt, it won't be written that way. It was like the whole episode is right in front of me. Well, it probably was if you're watching on your fucking TV.
It
Am I
started
right,
as
dude?
the three boys sitting around an oval dining room table on Christmas morning.
Hey!
Yes, I know. Like the water park song. Morning, talking about their band and where they wanted to be in the future. They wondered if they should change their name to make it fit. They wondered if they should make merch to plaster their... for some reason, I said feces. My LASIK's failing me very quickly. Faces. Plaster their faces into every teenage girl's wardrobe. But John had other plans. Of course he fucking did.
What's this? I kept calling this band Mudslides in this storyboard. I don't remember what they're actually... Is it water slides in this? You don't have a fucking clue, do you?
I don't. I've been busy. I've been busy. I don't remember what fake version of our band. Dude, okay, have you seen all the Twitter accounts? There's like water slides, mud slides, something, and whatever. So, like it's literally like every, and they're all like, check out my band, because they're all comedians.
That is hilarious.
Okay. You see, John has always wanted to be different and stand out. He definitely stands out with his lighting choices in these episodes, as you can tell. John, I'm trying so hard not to shake my leg.
I just want to say John did a great job of lighting us.
Y'all
here
don't
right
see
now.
that he's doing that right now, but... Oh, yeah. John didn't want to see those three losers on every girl's shirt.
Oh, shit.
Fucking dick.
It's
He
like
felt jealous that he was never on a shirt. He thought that maybe if he pulled a crazy stunt, he could put on the merch. Wait. Fuck me, dude. What is wrong with me right now? He thought that maybe if he pulled a crazy stunt, he could be put on the merch as a sign of respect.
Are your eyes melting from the lights?
Maybe. Oh, God.
The
Hang on. I'm making this bigger just in case. See if that helps.
the glass eyes that the LASIK men put in you are melting.
The glass
and the high
eyes the
heat.
LASIK men put in you. The boys were eating Crazy-Os,
Whoa.
chucking cereal at one another as they slammed bowls on each other's heads.
And the Crazy-O guy was Andrew, who's our engineer for
Andrew.
this season.
Come here.
What?
They mentioned the Crazy-Os guy, the cereal.
He's not even listening. He's supposed to be listening to everything.
What?
Just wave.
Oh, hey.
Cool.
Very cool. That'll be great for the audio portion of this.
The glass from the bowls shattered all around and into their food, but they still ate it. Yeah.
Hardcore.
Jeff shoved a spoon down Otto's throat. Austin slammed Jeff's head. That was really loud.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Austin slammed
I'm putting in
Jeff's
those sound
head
effects
off
you
the
wanted.
table before pulling his head. Stop! I have to bounce. Okay. Head off the table before pulling his head back by the eyelids and pouring milk down his throat until he choked. Otto usually never snaps,
I spit all over my laptop
but it
when
was
I
his
did
breaking point.
that sound.
He took handfuls of the glass cereal and shoved it into Jeff and Austin's mouths. It's weird reading our names like that.
The correct
As
way.
they chewed, tears filled their eyes and blood filled their mouths. This is fucked. You go.
They were never the calmest eaters, nor were they the best to spend Christmas with. Instead of a solid Christmas present, Austin got the boys American history books and smashed them over their heads until they ripped and the boys were passed out.
For the record, Otto would love that.
I spent a couple Christmas Eves with you and your family. You're fine to be around on Christmas.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm fine to be around all the time. Okay? People like me. I get invited to things. They want me around. I'm impressive.
Jeff got them photos of Nicolas Cage to put on their walls
So self-portraits.
so they would always remember him. Otto was the only one who got genuine gifts for the two. Otto was always the sweetest to begin with. He got Austin new bass strings along with hair dye, and he got Jeff a Zelda necklace and some hairspray. Austin obviously took the hairspray and sprayed it into Jeff's eyes, but that scene quickly cut out as Jeff started screaming.
They should be a director.
Anyways, back to when everything seemed to get calm. The camera began to shake and the audio became scratchy as if John had his hand covering the mic. All we could see was his dark red t-shirt and his brown leather belt. The screen went
By
black.
the way, your belt is in my bathroom, hanging up by the towels. I keep forgetting to tell you. Okay.
The screen went black as the camera was placed down, and finally we could see again. We saw natural light pouring into our TV screens as the shot of a grown man's ass was in the center of the TV. We all knew it was John because he soon came to his damn senses and got out of the camera's way. He crouched in front of it until all three boys were in frame in their horrible physical appearances. Blood dripped from their mouths as a mixture of tears and milk fell from their eyes.
Why? Oh, God.
Glass poked out of their skin as the front part of their hair was soaked with whatever hit them. Not a single one of them looked content. Guys, I have a special surprise for you, John smirked as he rubbed his hands together like an idiot.
As he does.
Nobody could take his bright green hair seriously, meaning nobody found him scary. Just a giant Oscar the Grouch.
What the fuck do you want? Austin growled as he took a handful of cereal and held Jeff's jaw. He slammed his hand against Jeff's face before splashing milk into him as John continued to talk. Jeff held back tears as the sound of crunching glass made me cringe. I thought we could go on an adventure. We are going to search for an Easter egg. A beautiful blue Easter egg is hidden somewhere in this house, and you need to find it. When you find the egg, call me so I can get your reaction to what's inside on camera. He chuckled evilly as he walked back towards the camera.
Ass first.
Bare ass first. John, do you have a hairy butt?
He shook his head and did like a little kind of
A
hand
mildly
wave.
hairy butt got closer to the camera. Okay.
Would you stick your finger in John's butt? It's only mildly hairy.
Here's the thing.
Not allowed to
John
get caught on.
claims that he's never clogged a toilet. He's lying. That's not true. But that leads me to believe he takes like little rabbit
you think
shits.
that boy clogs pipes?
Boy cracks pipe.
Is that like a crack pipe joke?
Kinda.
Okay, it was all right.
And also like a big shit joke.
yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is John, one, is a liar.
Yeah.
Two, apparently takes like little rabbit shits, like the little, because I don't know how else you wouldn't, how else you wouldn't clog a toilet. It's just not true. Okay, so
So would you put your finger in it? Some deep thinking for this one.
This is like critical thinking right here. What time of year is it?
We're gonna say it's right after Halloween. Just ate all his candy,
Okay.
all his chocolates and sweets.
Yeah, okay. I would prefer to do that in the fall or winter because in the spring his allergies act up and so I feel like he'd be
It makes
sneezing
his
a lot.
shits worse.
Yeah, I feel like
Because he's
he
sneezing
can't
too
control
much?
like his you.
I don't know. I'm not sure you have a full grasp of the human body.
No. It's based on I've had a body before, so I just think that spring and summer you sweat a lot more. Your allergy, like your whole body's just a fucking mess.
Okay.
And I would much prefer to put it in like a cold butt as opposed to like a Warped Tour butt.
So, okay. So after Halloween, after he puts chocolate in, you're okay with going where chocolate comes out?
Yes.
Cool.
Johnny's chocolate all year, dude. It's not. This isn't like a holiday thing.
He's a little chocolate boy.
The scratchy sound filled our ears again before the camera was lifted for a good angle of the mess the three boys had made. No bowls were completely intact. Spoons managed to be bent completely. Have you ever bent a spoon?
No.
I did once, just because I was like, I think I can do that.
From what I know in the Matrix, it seems hard.
I love a good Neo reference. Okay, spoons managed to be bent completely. Glass shards were on every other floor tile, and the thick red fluid was covering their jaws to make them look like marionettes.
Well, that's gross.
Mm-hmm.
If you find it before me, you better keep an eye open while you sleep. Jeff slammed his hand on the table as Awsten jumped back. Jeff flinched as glass went straight up and into
INTK.
into his palm.
Into his palm.
Everyone could tell Jeff was fucking sick of Awsten's shit, and we were all living for it, or at least I was. Ready, set, go, John yelled from behind the camera as the boys pushed their chairs back and attempted not to slip on their spilled milk. Awsten ran down the hall, auto-checked the kitchen, and Jeff immediately went after Awsten to kick his ass. His once fluffy hair was now plastered to his head from the milk. A quiet music box played in the background
that detail.
as John followed after Jeff. His breathing got closer and closer to the mic to the point of not being able to hear Awsten screaming.
Is that what I sound like when I scream?
Yeah. The music got louder and louder and became more violent as the bright light came from down the hallway. The camera began to shake as we got a shot of running feet. It all sounded like a giant screech that set me into a trance. I couldn't stop looking at the never-ending running scene until it finally stopped. "I found it," Jeff screeched as banging occurred. John began to laugh as he flicked on a light, and there stood Jeff and Awsten. Jeff had held Awsten in a chokehold as he held his arm up, but John turned on the light before he threw the first good punch. The music box got calmer as John aimed the camera slightly upwards to see an attic door. The music was now playing faintly in the background as John's quiet chuckle blocked out some bits. "Open it," John whispered as Jeff let go of Awsten. Otto came running into frame and stood next to Jeff. Otto smiled like a little kid as Awsten got onto Jeff's shoulders. "Are you guys ready to see your prize?"
Yes! They all cheered as... Wait, hang on. Can we all do that? Because it says they all cheered as Awsten held up his arms. So, here.
Yeah,
Cool, we're just going to yell yes.
There are 5 of us in the room. It's going to be really good.
1, 2, 3.
Yes!
Okay, cool. They all cheered.
As...
Did you cheer?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear it. Okay, cool. Okay. As Awsten held up his arms, he stretched his torso and reached up as he pushed the door open. He let out a childlike screech as he fell off of Jeff's shoulders, and the camera quickly panned down. An Easter egg dropped from the door, but the Easter egg was covered in blood with a small intestine hanging out like a streamer. John let out an ear-piercing screech like a pterodactyl as the camera dropped upside down and he ran away. Everyone watched as a body dropped from the attic, hanging on by the toes. That is so gross. Okay.
He really spooked himself.
Mm-hmm. Their arms swung back and forth as their pale, lifeless bodies stared at the 3 boys. They all began to cough and choke as they began to drop one by one. Nice. Hang on. I'm going to finish chewing my candy loudly.
All right.
Okay, cool.
And swallow.
Okay. "The oxygen is running out," Jeff gasped. That's not how he said it. "The oxygen's running out," Jeff gasped as he dramatically reached his arm up, but the camera cut off and we never found out what happened to John or the boys.
Whoa, those boys.
What happened to them? All we know was that they received the worst Christmas gift of their lives. Go ahead.
So that's the end of Natural Light. So this is Packed. The episode Packed. No episode could have ever beat Natural Light. Nobody ever really thought they would continue after Natural Light. It all came as a surprise as Season 3 aired to reveal the only episode on it, Packed.
I like
Yet
that.
again, another one-episode season.
That's the coolest way to do a show.
The way we should be
Like, it
doing
might as
it.
well just be a movie.
Yeah.
A 1-episode season. That's fucking awesome. That's a power move.
The whole episode was basically a giant tantrum that the boys went on.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. you greedy.
But nobody really knew why they were so mad
Don't
all
do
the
it.
time.
Don't do it.
I won't. Maybe the whole Easter egg incident ruined them, but they seemed to crave something greater. It was like they simply wanted to be horrified. Nothing could scare them more than that. Sometimes I thought they were all wrong. Were they all wrong?
Stop.
I couldn't think like that.
God
For no
damn.
episode should repeat the events of another. I barely got 30 seconds into Pact, and I believed it was going to be nothing like Natural Light was.
The episode featured a pool party on the boys' territory.
Whoa!
AKA their backyard.
Oh.
They dyed the pool a shade of pink and informed all guests to wear sheets over their heads. That sounds fucking wild. Something
Hey,
about
like the ghosts on the cover of Cluster, the EP by Water Park.
That was an ugly noise you made me make, and I really appreciate it.
All right. Sorry.
Something about self-confidence, but it sounded stupid from the start of the explanation. The camera was set up on a small glass table beside the pool as their music blasted out of the giant stereo speakers. They played songs such as Gray, Silver, in parentheses, Great, Fantastic, in parentheses, Day GPS, Hanukkah, Jolly Every Hour, Region. Jesus Christ.
Jolly every hour.
I felt the need to add what those two songs were because I couldn't even figure it out rereading this LMAO. What's that stand for?
Laughing my area off.
Tell them. Okay. I almost said area. The episode started as Awsten holding Jeff and Otto's heads underwater whilst explaining to the camera that they had to practice holding their breaths for later on in the episode. He smiled the whole way through as Jeff's arms splashed around and Otto's legs began to float up slowly but surely. Yikes. It was about 2 minutes before the boys came up gasping for air and Awsten laughed evilly. Otto slammed his arms around dramatically before finally finding his balance to catch his breath. Beside the pool was a giant smoke machine that didn't blow out any fog. It was simply just decoration. Fucking aesthetic. There was some weird bottle next to it, but the label was covered so nobody could figure out what it contained. Perfect. When I snap my fingers, I want you two to hold your breath and follow me, Awsten smiled as he faced the camera. You guys at home will see why we're holding our breaths. Awsten lifted the bottle from next to the fog machine and hid it under a chair where nobody would see it unless they tried to find it. The guests slowly showed up.
It would
but-
never guess to look under a chair.
That's the last place you would look for anything. The guests slowly showed up, but we never saw who each guest was.
You know who would look under a chair? Oprah! Because she always, you know. Was that a good joke? Is that going to make it to air?
Is there I'm gonna actually. I think I might mute that one. I
Wow.
think I might censor it. I got good practice censoring with our anonymous episode.
Mm-hmm. We can't ever censor ourselves again.
It's un-American. As soon as their legs were in frame, there was a sheet placed over their head. They share a head now. They simply stated that it was so nobody would get judged, but the guests should have known what was soon to come. Go ahead.
As they jumped in the pool, the sheets became translucent and stuck to their bodies like glue, but you could barely make out their facial features from the distance of the camera. The sheets barely worked, but I guess they were there to make the scene more interesting. The only people not wearing sheets were Otto, Awsten, and Jeff.
It throws me to read them like that. Like every time it's Otto, I almost say Awsten because of the A.
That's weird.
Fuck you.
Otto and Jeff
We're reading these very quickly, just so you know.
Otto and Jeff were never informed why they had to hold their breaths. I'm getting real thrown off by these multiple breaths. This plurality of breaths.
You're about to lose some points, motherfucker.
Awsten just simply told them to follow along and act cool like nothing was happening. They waited until every guest was in the pool before Awsten started the master plan. He gathered his two friends, making sure they were by his side as the plan started. Awsten grabbed the bottle from under the
So
chair.
we're friends now.
Yeah.
Nice.
From under the chair before he snuck over to the smoke machine before opening it up and poured in some type of fluid. The same liquid that was next to the fog machine while they were holding their breaths. All the guests cheered as he...
I wonder if they're doing that on purpose. 'Cause it's annoying.
All the guests cheered as he covered the label with his hand and closed the cover. The smoke machine that was once a decoration began blowing out fumes at all the guests, making them laugh and try to dive through it. Awsten snapped his fingers, and the three boys held their breaths as they got out of the pool calmly and walked out of frame. I was forced to watch as all the guests started dropping one by one into the water and their bodies began to float. Hey, you know, like, The water splashed and waved violently until every guest was sitting calmly in the rippling water. The wind made soothing waves through the water, making the bodies go up and down as if they were at the beach.
Aww.
Cute. Their limbs were either out wide by their sides.
This is a pink pool, too, so this is a cool visual.
Oh, yeah. To make them look like starfish, or they were below their bodies. Only a few were left facing upwards, and even though they were, they still died. The soaked sheets placed over their heads suffocated them in their sleep as the fog machine finally stopped. I guess we found out what the sheets were really used for.
The music stopped, and the camera was left to stare at the floating bodies for about 5 minutes before footsteps were finally heard. The wind blew at the mic, making the conversation sound slightly muffled, but it was loud enough to make out. "Oh my god, what did you do?" A voice screamed as the footsteps stopped. Footsteps stopped. Footsteps stopped. Say that.
Footsteps stopped.
Say it again.
Footsteps stopped.
Now do it 3 times in a row.
Footsteps stopped. Footsteps stopped. Footsteps stopped.
That's not real words anymore. Okay. Just a little chloroform, nothing too serious. The camera went black, and we didn't hear from them until the next season that still wanders out there.
The season wandering
Yeah.
around through the cosmos. So that's the end of that story. There's a picture of a
This
cat
says,
at the
"Don't
end.
touch me, I'm famous." Is that Garfield? If so, it makes sense. He's like one of the most popular cats.
He is a very famous cat.
Isn't it weird that there is a most famous version of certain animals? Like the most famous mouse is Stuart Little. The most famous cat's probably Garfield.
Who do you think is the most famous dog?
Airbud. Don't be a bitch. There was like
Sorry.
10 of those.
Who is the most famous lizard?
Geico.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I couldn't even think of a lizard, but you got one.
Yeah.
Who is the most famous lion?
I was going to say either Lion King or Wizard of Oz.
Lion King has a name.
No, like the fucking Simba, dude. Come on.
You come on. You called him
Don't
Lion
be
King.
a bitch. It's you know what I'm saying, man. Okay, like the Lion King franchise is the most popular lion
What's
shit.
the wizard? What's the wizard lion's name?
It's not Tin Man, it's not Scarecrow because neither of those are a lion. The Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, is that his name or is that just his title? His job.
I was gonna say his parents fucking hated him. Like, oh, he's a fucking coward. I could tell by his shitty baby face. He's gonna be a pussy. Give me another. Come on.
Who was the most famous turtle?
Oh shit. What was that stupid ass book?
Franklin?
Franklin. Yeah, Franklin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That little bitch. What was Arthur?
He was an aardvark, I think.
Nice. Arthur the Aardvark. Imagine pitching a kid's book and being like, so it's about an aardvark. I'd be like, stop. Why can't he be a dog?
Well, I mean, everyone thought he was a bear because of the way they drew him, so I guess that's probably how they
Right.
were able to pull
Now
it
the
off.
most popular bear is the Berenstein Bears. No?
The most popular bear is obviously the Country Bears.
What in the fuck is that?
Country Bears Jamboree. It's a Disney World attraction and also it's a movie. I think Michael Cera voices one of the bears. I might be wrong on that. Let me see. Got my computer right here. It's from 2002. Christopher Walken is in it, I'm pretty sure. Haley Joel Osment is the main ugly
What
bear.
movie is this again?
I don't see Michael Cera on here just from a glance, but you don't remember these fucking bears?
No! What the fuck? That is so scary. Hang on, what's that called?
The Country Bears.
That's so scary looking.
Why do I have this idea that Michael Cera is a country bear? I've had this idea for years. I'm googling Michael
Maybe
Cera.
it's like a Mandela effect thing, like Berenstein Bears.
I googled Michael Cera Country Bear, and all
Yo,
of
these
the
look like that
results
shitty video game. What's that one called?
are for Berenstain
Five Nights at
Bears.
Freddy's. Yeah, like look at this. Come here.
Oh, we all know who the Country Bears are.
Did you know who that was?
Why do you keep talking to people who are
Otto
off
didn't
mic?
know.
As far as anyone knows, we're the only people in this room.
This is not true.
Anyway, we haven't talked about the story at all.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Um,
Right.
I thought this was okay. I didn't like it as much as the first one. If I'm being
Such a
honest.
piece of shit.
Well, I mean, we're here to review these things.
This one was much more fucking creative, and I did appreciate that. I did like the whole thing where we, murdered everybody. That was pretty cool. The pink pool is very on point
that
with
was
my
neat.
aesthetic.
I feel like this kind of dragged, though. Especially the first part of the story.
Really?
Like, I feel like it took so long.
It was so action packed.
for anything to happen.
What do you expect to happen? They're literally
I don't
killing
know.
each other, and then they find a fucking egg with body parts in it, and a body comes down, and then they all get killed in a mysterious way.
I know.
That is one of the most exciting things I could even make up like right now.
I'm saying it could have been
like in general.
condensed to like get to these set pieces.
What would you have
faster.
taken out?
It's not that I would specifically take out any scenes. It's that I would.
So they just can't
They
win
would.
with you.
They would have been shorter and not so rambling, I guess. I don't know. That's probably my main critique, and also breaths over and over and over.
Yeah.
You talked about me hatting too much.
I know,
but
I
What
know.
about this breath sing?
No, that's fine. You have every right to critique that. It was very graphic. They painted a good picture.
Yeah, it was pretty graphic.
I like the whole Nicolas Cage thing too, because I feel like if Jeff wanted to get us like a funny gift, that there's a possibility that that's on the table.
One-
And they were right. Otto would get us like a nice thing.
Yeah, because Jeff's a nice boy too.
Yeah, but he doesn't think like that.
Oh, okay. You're the only rude boy of the band, really.
That isn't even true.
You're sweet sometimes.
Dude, okay, time out. I got Otto a Mike Kim sweater that he would have really appreciated.
I gotta tell you, we
Time
went
out.
went over this in the last season.
Did we? And then the thing is, I tried to buy him this like weird ass clock thing on the last tour, but the store was just closed, and I stood there forever, and no one was coming back, and I was just like, all right, fine, fuck it. But the thought was there. I'm sweet.
Okay, I know
Yeah,
you're
they
sweet.
touch.
You're nice to me.
Yeah.
I did like that John went on camera with his bare ass.
Yes. Now,
some
since it's
reason.
very hairy, as he confirmed, we're gonna call it a bear ass. Get it, like the animal. Shout out.
Like
Give me this.
Shout out to Country Bears.
Yeah.
I
Which
think
Michael
it's-
Cera is not affiliated with at all.
No, I don't know why that was in my head, but I love the concept of John filming his TV show just naked from the waist down. That's really.
I feel like if we have him
funny.
film, like when we have him film another thing for us, that's gonna be like on the contract, like
He has to
bare
be-
bottoms. Like you can wear socks and like a Daffy Duck kind of shirt. You know what I mean? He's gonna Daffy
Yeah.
Duck the whole shoot.
That's pretty cool. That was a bad Daffy Duck, but also
No, that
still
wasn't
just-
Daffy Duck. That was a
Just
thing.
a bad voice in
I
general.
got stuck doing that on the last tour. Like I got in the habit of saying nice a lot, and then I got in the habit of saying it in a really bad voice, like nice.
Yeah, you did that fucking voice during the last recording
Did I?
session, and I didn't like it at all.
Oh, so this has been like an ongoing thing. Great.
Yeah, a horrible, terrible thing that won't stop.
Amaze.
So yeah, I did like the bare ass thing.
I wish we knew what happened. Like, the thing is, I don't know what they couldn't show because everything else was so fucking over the top that it's like, do you think it was lazy writing or do you think they were actually trying to
Like they just couldn't think of what it was.
like what could be worse than they already did? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you think it was a lazy like cop out kind of thing, or do you think they were actually they had the artistic intention?
I think it was probably intentional to leave it out,
Okay.
but I'm looking how big a small intestine is. Small intestine is about 6
Sounds
meters
small.
or 20 feet long. I don't want to know length. I want to know.
I want to know girth.
Yeah, because that seems like a big organ
What's your circumference,
to
boy?
have in a Easter egg, unless that's a big
It might be a big Easter egg.
egg. You know what would have been better than the thing coming out of the egg or whatever the hell is if the body was hanging by the small intestine from the attic.
It was hanging from its toes. That's way worse. Are you kidding me?
I'm not sure that even makes sense.
Yes, it does, and it's horrifying. Imagine all the toes strung up, and it's literally. I'd be like,
Okay.
ugh, just because like. I don't know, like okay. So you know how some people can like they like their toes getting like cracked and pulled and shit.
Sure.
Okay, well some people fucking do, you asshole. So
That's fine.
but the idea of someone pulling on my toe, it freaks me out. Like I can do like this and crack it, and that's fine. But someone pulling it, I'm like, oh. So for me personally, the idea of like being strung up by your toes, that's beyond fucked. I hate that.
That
I hate
part
that visual.
did not make an impact on me, I have to say.
Different strokes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I really have much more to say about this one. I did like the name Jolly Every Hour.
What was that?
Mad all the time.
Oh, great.
And Day GPS is kind of funny for night maps.
I didn't even catch that. God damn.
You didn't catch a lot of the ones from the other part of the story either.
Really?
Yeah.
Wattpad's just too highbrow for me, dude.
Yep. I keep just coming back to this fucking picture of the cat with his sunglasses on.
What does it say again?
Don't touch me, I'm famous.
Nice.
I mean, I don't think this is literally Garfield, but it is a fat orange cat, so
With sunglasses.
it's
I'm
pretty.
Googling Garfield.
He's pretty Garfield.
I like having a computer in front of me this season. I feel like it's going to make us get very distracted. But
Yeah.
No, wait. I fucked up. Live action Garfield.
Why are you looking up live action Garfield?
Because I want to see if this actually...
I mean, I know for a fact this is not. I've seen live action Garfield enough.
I haven't. So I'll take your word for it.
Um,
Yeah, you're right. This is not Garfield.
No. So
So here's Garfield getting a massage from the yellow dog,
his name's Odie.
Odie. Is a mouse a character? I don't remember the mouse.
I don't know. Nermal is a character.
Nermal?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. That's not true. Okay, we're going to move past Garfield now because I really don't like that.
All right. I'm gonna give this one a.
I'm saying 4.5.
Holy shit. That's quite higher than my rating, which is 2.5, baby.
Whoa! Why? Explain.
I feel like I just did. I just didn't. I thought the first one was a lot creepier and weirder than this one.
It was.
And I felt like this dragged a lot. I don't know. It just didn't really hit me that much.
I disagree. I like the visual of like chewing glass. That's not okay with me. So and also, that's like a tight way to like murder. It's like super like pretty, and everyone's just
Oh,
like,
the pool thing?
yeah, that was awesome.
I wonder if chloroform would come out of a smoke machine.
Let's not find out.
I'm not going to Google it.
Just do it to yourself one
I'm just
night. Rent a fog machine and just sit on your bed like, All right. Yeah, no, I'm going with 4.5 just because my only real problem with it was the whole breaths thing and like it's really just like small grammar things here and there.
Yeah. And I'm going 2.5, and I'm not going to change that.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, Votter Parks. I tried to get what's the average? Wait, so did you say 2.5?
Mm-hmm.
I said 4.5, so 3.5. Not bad. It's the average.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually better than average.
That's okay. So I guess that's going to do it for this first episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're back on top, baby. No one can stop us. The Slumber Party's back in town.
Climbing the charts.
Got
Fuck. I don't know any other podcast names, so I just tried to like call one out, but then I realized I didn't know any.
We got a whole crew with us this time.
Yeah.
Got lights, camera, and action, baby. The action is the sex.
Our patent pending lights, camera, action. Love that phrase. That's gonna go
Yeah.
on some shirts.
That's going to go on a shirt with a trademark behind it, so you know that you cannot
They
steal
know,
it and
they
use
know
it.
where it came from.
Um,
You gotta remember your roots. It's important, y'all.
I have nothing else to say at all.
That's okay. We still have 9 more episodes.
Shit. We have a long day.
I'm out of bits.
we have a long day ahead of us.
It's already like almost over too. All right, whatever. So, thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Awsten and Travis's Slumber Party Season 2. Sorry if we let you down, but I know we didn't. We'll see you next week. Please listen to all our ads because that's how we keep the mansion running.
That's how I can buy more mesh shirts. I won't be able to afford them otherwise.
Mesh shirts and green drinks. We're all about it.
I'm gonna have to just cut a bunch of holes into my regular T-shirts if I don't get these fucking ads going quick.
Adidas sponsor us.
Please buy shirts from us and stickers and posters. I need this fucking money to buy
Let's
these
make mesh
shirts.
shirts.
All right.
Okay, let's
All right, that's it. This is the end.
All right, cool.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.